What is printing, people? Welcome back to Custom 3D. Now today I'm going to tell you about a 3D printer that may have just changed the tide of hobbyist 3D printing. Now before we get into the meat of the video, I want to tell you what basically a regular hobbyist 3D printer looks like and the anatomy of it before we really get into it. So basically the baseline hobbyist 3D printer is a CR10. You got aluminum forged rails and a hot end on the rails going up and down with a lead screw, and then the y-axis moves with a belt that is below the bed. Then you have this external or internal attached to the printer display, and then a micro SD card. That's basically a run-of-the-mill hobbyist 3D printer, how probably 60% of them are made. Now let me tell you the biggest issue with that sort of setup. Now, most of the time you see people printing in the hobbyist realm in PLA and maybe PETG and TPU, only 3 materials. But in 3D printing, there are a lot of different types of materials. And due to the setup of that type of 3D printer, you really can't print in any high temp materials. Now, what is a high temp material? Now, I like to classify this as anything that requires a heated build chamber to get consistent, nice 3D prints. Now, Stratasys actually invented FDM 3D printing back in the 80s, and they've had this patent on fully enclosed 3D printers ever since they were created. But recently, that patent went up, and now you'll see Chinese manufacturer or lower-end 3D printer manufacturers start to incorporate this into their lineup. Now, the 3D printer I'm going to tell you about today is a QIDI, or QIDI, not exactly sure how to pronounce it, Technology iFast 3D printer. It has a build volume of 360 by 250 by 320. It has 2 nozzles. It's set up on the same tool head. You can print in a lot of different types of materials, including high temps, because it is fully enclosed with a heated build chamber. This opens up the realm of possibilities for printing consistent prints in ABS and ASA, and at a decent build volume as well. And you can even print in abrasive materials due to a tool head that comes with abrasive nozzles, and their direct drive as well, so they're not Bowden setup with the machine, which is insane. You can print in abrasive materials like nylon and PC, and then you can print in ASA and ABS consistently due to that heated build chamber. And to be honest with you, this is insane. I have never seen this in a 3D printer before, and when that patent went up last year, I was just waiting to see this incorporated on a more affordable 3D printer. Now, what does something like this cost? Well, right now on MachineShark.com, it's for sale for $2,200, which is awesome, because the least expensive Stratasys 3D printer is between $15,000 and $20,000. So, for a fraction of the cost, you can get the same technology. Now, obviously, it's not going to be as of a high quality machine, and you're going to have issues with it, just like you will any other 3D printer. But due to the open source of the company and the basically ease of use of taking this machine apart, those issues can be easily solved and fixed. So let me tell you a little bit more of the basically features that come with this machine. It has a double extruder, like I told you about, large print size, Wi-Fi connection. It's got linear rails instead of belt driven. It's got the insulation system or the oven. It's got a filament runout sensor, 5-inch touchscreen. Comes with the slicer on the thumb drive with the printer. It's got a camera in it, which actually isn't advertised on the website here, but I saw it on a video review. And believe it or not, on some of those higher end printers, there is no camera, just basically due to the temperatures it gets. But I feel like there could have been a way to get around that, to put a camera in those machines that sometimes cost up to $250,000. So guys, I figured I'd just tell you about this printer. I really appreciate you stopping by and checking out this video. This machine is amazing and I can't wait to buy one myself. So if I do, I'll definitely come out with a review, or if Kitty wants to send me one for a review, that'd be amazing too. But just as somebody who has worked in the industrial space, I worked in that arena for about a year. Seeing this come down to the hobbyist level is very, very exciting. And to be honest with you, this machine has more of a feature list than you see on a lot of Ultimakers. MakerBots obviously have heated build chambers because they're owned by Stratasys, if you didn't already know that. But for this to be this inexpensive and to have this feature list is very exciting for the 3D printing industry. And I cannot wait to see where this goes in the future. So thanks guys, make sure to check out all the links in the description below. Like, share, comment, and make sure to check out my podcast, Knowledge is Power, which will also be linked in the description below. So thanks guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.